Sharif, and this is my personal statement. So, what do I want from life? I want love, I want autonomy, and I want contribution. Meaning, I want love in my life. I want to live with love. I want to achieve autonomy. I would love to do my own things. I love coming up with new creative ideas to tackle problems. I'm good at it. I'm good at coming up with solutions. I like solutions that others don't use, that is not widely known, which throughout my life pushed me to be more creative and think outside the box. And I want to be free to pursue these ideas and pursue creativity. And that entails autonomy. It means autonomy. Contribution. Well, I want to leave this world at least 0.0001% less worse than I came in. I want to have an impact, no matter how small. I want my name to be somewhere. Like, this guy did something. I'm willing to try my hardest for that. But why did I start talking about this? So I want to introduce myself to you. And for the first thing, I need you to know what I stand for. Who I am, basically. Some people call me knowledgeable. Some people call me a great teacher. Some people call me Mr. Know-it-all, assuming like I know everything and every answer to every question. I love learning. I learn a lot. There's always a YouTube tab open, and whatever question that I have to have an answer for it, and I have to find an answer for it, which drove me to be a super learner, basically. And this helps me gain insight and have different mindsets and like different hats to put on for different solutions, so I can be more creative. And that helps me with answering queries and questions, and that's why people usually come to me for questions. If they can get help from me, they would usually find me first. Some people call me reserved. Some people call me a bit scary. I'm not scary, but I can be quite intense and quite focused when I'm focused on something. And so most other people just call me friendly. I'm really good at learning, as I said. I'm really good at optimizing, coming up with solutions, and automation. transformation. I like working hard, but I run so I can sit down. I don't run for the running sake. I run so I can sit down. Whenever I went to work in any organization, the onboarding phase is going to be hell for me. I work myself until I cannot, all for the sake of being comfortable later on. So I put more time in, and of course there's always some time left for me to learn. I put time to learn every day. I have to learn so. And after a while, after like 2-3 months, my 8-hour workday becomes 3, then 2, then 1. Seriously good at optimizing stuff, and I'm seriously good at automating stuff. Understanding processes, understanding causalities, relationships. I'm an INTJ after all. I'm good at this. Pattern speaking and understanding different patterns and how they act and react with one another. So usually my coworkers would find me on watching YouTube, and they would ask me like, how are you doing this? Like, how is your job done? Always when we check, your job is always done, but you are watching YouTube. I'll tell them this: because I'm watching YouTube, because I'm learning. I discovered YouTube when I started working, because my preferred means of learning, which is researching the internet for insights that I want, reading blogs and reading books, were too time consuming, and I needed something, a medium that would give me direct and focused answers to my direct and focused questions. And that made me learn to ask better questions, learn to satisfy my curiosity in a very easier manner. And the fact that I shortened my time pushed me towards working with other places. Like they would say, okay, we need help in this, don't fix this. We need you to optimize it. We need you to fix the problem in here, because they understand that I'm really good at optimizing stuff and fixing problems, and they naturally ask me to do this stuff. That's why most of the time I have a singular title, but I have multiple roles in my work. And it fits in well. I studied strategy, and I am a strategist for 8 years. I've been a strategist. To be a strategist, you need good research ability. You need to be able to research both within and without the organization. And you need to have foresight and insight and mindset that is correlated to the market and the organization and the value proposition that the company has. So you can guess how your strategic path will take you and the impact that it would have on the internal environment and the external environment, and how the external environment influence you and how you will influence the external environment, vice versa, along the way. So market research is a must. Communications is a must. And that's when you pick up market research and market analysis. Then you have internal stuff. You want to analyze the internal going ons of the company. So I needed to learn data analysis because data is the purest form of what is going on inside the company. And I usually become really good friends with data analysts and IT because I constantly keep asking them for data and insight. And with managers and executives because I need insight and I need to pick their mindset. I learned a lot about how business works, and I've been in different markets, which was quite helpful for me. I don't believe if I kept working at retail, I would have this mindset that allows me to function anywhere that I end up in. I could work for an application, could work for an e-commerce website, I could work for a retail store, a consultancy, anywhere. I can just pick things up because I know how to pick things up. Because I've been into different places that sometimes had nothing to do with each other. Like from retail to healthcare, from healthcare to restaurant, fast food to construction to finance. I've been everywhere, and it was incredibly helpful for me. Now, you research the market, you research what's going on with market research and data analysis. What comes next is to make reports, and to make your strategic report. And to do that, the best way is to use BI because, well, as I said, we are moving from A to B and it affects us. We affect our environment as we are moving, and there's a two-way relationship happening between the organization and the environment that it exists in. So our measurables keep changing, and we need to keep our eye on all of them and our KPIs so we know how to pivot towards the end goal. Hence, I needed to learn BI. I learned Google Data Studio, which is now Google Looker. I like it a lot, especially because it's cloud-based and it's easy to work with, but it has a bit of a jank to it. Sometimes I don't have any formatting issues when I'm using Power BI, but when I'm using Google Looker, I most often times have formatting issues. Like it is formatted, I don't know, time, but it reads it as text and stuff like that just drives me crazy. But I like it. I think I need to learn more. Maybe I can find a way to circumvent this. But I myself usually gravitate towards Power BI. Tableau is good, is really good, but also it's not free and it's expensive, and I don't have it. Usually end up using Power BI. because I usually have the Microsoft Office and stuff like that. So I usually use Power BI. Now, marketing and market research is done. Data analysis is done. The report is done. BI is done. What comes next is implementation. I had to learn project management, product management, and Agile and Scrum, so I could implement products. I needed the strategy implemented, and for that I had to make internal products so I can help facilitate this strategic path. And I've been working as a project manager and a product manager for most of my roles. For most of my time, I've been a product manager or project manager at some point. So I ended up being some sort of a polymath in this weird situation. Not because I wanted to take on everything and shoulder everything myself. No, teamwork is key, but I needed everybody else to understand the strategy. Strategy in of itself is kind of hard to get, kind of abstract. When I try to tell people like, okay, what is strategy? They don't usually understand it. At least not they don't understand it fully on the first try. I tell them, okay, you're in point A, you want to go to point B. Everything you do before actually going from point A to point B is strategy. Oh, okay. For what? Come again? So when they really think about it, like, huh? It gets like that. So I had to learn a lot so I can teach and I can spearhead things and get things going, basically. And I could because I'm really good at optimizing and automating. I had extra time. Always I had extra time. And it helped me learn a lot. I even worked with HR directly, like as an HR recruiter, I needed to be one. I needed to be an HR educator and worked on specific courses that would align with company strategy, not just one, almost all the time. And I ended up being good at teaching, or at least that's what they told me. So aside from learning, aside from teaching, aside from being good at analyzing and coming up with creative solutions and understanding hidden connections, which helps with optimizing a lot actually. Aside from all of these, I had to learn. I needed to learn. My only resource is this, and I keep working on it. I kept elevating it. I realized well, we're living at an era that all the answers are a few clicks away. So what we need most is the mindset to ask the right question, not memorizing the answer. Because you usually have access to internet and therefore you have access to all the answers. So what you need is to know what to ask. And that requires mindset. Otherwise, a 5-year-old child can take a master's degree course and finish it. With AI, they can do it. But what they really need is the mindset. Like you can get someone to be your AI, act as your AI agent. Let's say you want to build a bridge and you don't know where to begin. You don't know how to begin. You don't know what to ask. You have a perfect civil engineering AI agent next to you. You don't know what to ask. That's the problem. You don't know where to begin. And the AI agent can tell you, oh, you need to measure the soil's consolidation and stuff like that. You don't understand what they're talking about. You don't know where to begin. You don't know what to ask. You don't know the basics of the knowledge. Therefore, you cannot design the bridge. But me, even as a novice civil engineer, I can, because I know what to ask. I know where to begin. I know the basics. So this really great tool can turn a novice into a mid-level worker in an area. If I have the mindset, the bare necessary knowledge, and know where to begin and what to ask, basically. Which is great for me. Personally, it's great for me. I research a lot. I learn a lot. I'm a learning addict. YouTube is always open. There is always one YouTube tab open somewhere in my browser. I have a question and they have to be answered. And YouTube has been the best tool for me, especially since I didn't have time when I started working. To be honest, I've been through a lot. I graduated from Sharif University, which taught me this lifelong learning to learn mindset, this creed of lifelong learning to learn. And I'm learning to learn even more. I might not be a really good academic person, but my academia wouldn't be that grand, but I do produce results that could really affect people and really bring value. And that's what I've been focused on. You know, back in Sharif, they would say that 20 out of 20 is for God. Like our university professors would say, oh, this is the test that I prepared for you. Even I cannot take a 20 out of 20 from it. 20 from 20 is for God. Forget about it. You just have to pass, basically. And that made all of us less, you know, insistent on grades. I'm more insistent on actual learning and gaining knowledge, gaining the essence of the knowledge for ourselves so we could use it. I remember going to the test one day at 11:27. I was watching my placement to see which table I'm sitting in for the test, and when I came out, it was dark. Like it was 6:13, something like that. Quarter past 6 in the evening. Yeah, almost 7 hours of a single test, just 5 questions. Yeah, they were really hard on us. But that taught me how to learn. That taught me how to gain insight, and they would constantly ask us to read these huge books, like read through all of them. I remember reading. I had to read like two 900 something page books for a final exam, and it was hell. But I learned how to gain the insight written in these books, gain the soul of the knowledge that is written inside the book, and that was priceless for me. That got me to be a lifelong learner, to learn, and I'm still learning to learn. I would love nothing more than to have the chance and the opportunity to learn more. Thank you. See you soon.